Board members, at this time, I'm asking for a motion to come out of executive session. Moved by Ms. Peterson, second by Ms. Redd. All in favor? Aye. Thank you. We are now back in public session. Good evening, everyone. Good evening. We would like to apologize for the abrupt meeting, but it was necessary for us to address that issue. But anyway, why don't we get started, and welcome to the 6th Annual Superintendent's Award Ceremony. Tonight we celebrate the best of the best. We will be honoring students from schools 5, 6, middle school, and the high school. Ladies and gentlemen, when your name is called, we're going to ask that you please come down the red carpet, regardless of where you're seated. Make your way around the red carpet, because I don't want to disappoint Dr. Carpenter for all the work she has done and put in making sure that we have a beautiful truly. But more importantly, ladies and gentlemen, we want you to come down the red carpet because you're special. You're special today, and we want to celebrate you for all of your hard work over the course of this year. So when your name is called, please come down the red carpet to receive your award. And to my right, to your left, students, when you come up to receive your award, we will present it to you from the podium. Parents and family who are here, would you please meet your child, your student, over in the corner with Mr. Davis. Mr. Davis will be taking pictures. So if you would go over and wait for your child there so that we can have some pictures available. Also, ladies and gentlemen, traditionally, before we present student awards, we always acknowledge a person or an organization in the community who has made tremendous contributions to the students as well as the Winslow Township community. So with that being said, the Community Service Award, this year's recipient of that award has been actively involved in the Winslow Township community for over 30 years. He founded the Dream of Tomorrow organization, which is known as the DOC Organization Incorporated, as a charitable and educational means of addressing community concerns. He has determined that a remedy of many of these issues is the leadership and influence of community teams. He has participated in implemented programs such as after-school programs for district students, mentoring programs for middle school students, provided summer enrichment camp for students ages 6 to 14, participated in reading programs for sororities and fraternities for 4th and 5th grade students, provided community speakers for teachers in the district, provided voter registration for eligible students to vote, provided It's All About You Girls Summit throughout the years, developed community tennis youth program to assist the school tennis program, provided math tutoring program during the pandemic, made his center available to students to come and do their homework and be there after school, developed a Saturday morning with DOT program for parents that needed to drop their kids off in the safe haven for a few hours while taking care of some of their responsibilities. He established an educational foundation for the district, college tours for students, financial guidance for parents that had students entering college, and he has given scholarships to local students, just to name a few. Ladies and gentlemen, the 2022 Winslow Township Community Service Award is presented to Mr. Bobby Harris and the DOT organization. I want to thank Mr. Harris for setting a good example, following directions, and taking his time to come up that red carpet. Thank you, Mr. Harris. Ladies and gentlemen, before I present this award to Mr. Harris, I would like to read its description. Winslow Township School District Community Service Award, presented to Mr. Bobby Harris and the DOC organization for your support and commitment to the betterment of the Winslow Township School District. It's honored on this day, June 8, 2022. Thank you. We also would like to announce the return of the Trailblazer Award. This award is not given every year. It is a special award. This award is presented to someone who has accomplished something that has never been done before in the Winslow Township School District that brings recognition to themselves and the district in the process. Over the years, the middle school has received state, tri-state, and national recognition for its exemplary science and STEM programs. They won the Environment and Community Service Award from 6ABC, Wawa, and environmental law firm of Manco Gold, Capter, and Fox, and the Burns-O-Matic Award, Find Your Fire grant, which brought nationally recognized Nicole Curtis from HGTV to the school to work with our students. The middle school has also won awards from Sustainable Jersey. They received in 2019 the bronze certification, 2020 the silver certification, and 2021 the silver certification, which is the highest certification you can receive. In 2020, Winslow Township Middle School received the 2020 Middle School Sustainability Champion Award, and in 2021, the middle school was recognized as a Green Ribbon School by the state of New Jersey, and in 2021, United States Department of Education Green Ribbon School. Winslow Township Middle School was one of only 2 schools in the state of New Jersey to receive this honor. As a result, the recipient has been named the New Jersey Principals and Supervisors Visionary Principal of the Year for 2022. Ladies and gentlemen, the 2022 Trailblazer Award is Winslow Township Middle School Principal as Ms. Wanguma is coming, come on, Ms. Wanguma. As Ms. Wanguma is coming, Ms. Wanguma is the first principal in the school district's history to receive this award. And on behalf of the school board and the administration, Ms. Wanguma, Superintendent's Award presented to Ms. Wanguma, Winslow Township Middle School Principal, as a trailblazer for education. In addition to there's a meeting in my office tomorrow. In addition, we would like to present Ms. Wanguma a door plate for her door here in Mexico. And we also want to make sure that Ms. Wanguma knows from whence she came, so we want to make sure she gets her Winslow double and eagle. Visionary Principal of the Year, Ms. Wanguma, Winslow Township Middle School, 2022. Congratulations. Ladies and gentlemen, at this time, we would like to present our awards to the students, because that's why we're here. So we're going to start with our first presenter, the principal of school number 5, Dr. Nikolai Carter.
Good evening, everyone. First, let me congratulate all of tonight's award recipients on the phenomenal job that you did this school year. I'm here to present the High Academic Achievement Awards, as well as the Most Improvement Performance Award for school number 5. So we'll start with the High Academic Achievement Awards for grade 4. These awards go to students who have the highest grades at their grade level. So for grade 4, we have Deborah Asa. Joshua Crawley. Next, we have Sapphire Mackey. Layla Swindle. And our award for Most Improved Performance for grade 4 goes to Nasir Reese. So we'll move now to grade 5, our High Academic Achievement Awards for grade 5. Dante Boggs. Abigail Fatikin. Varghese. And our Most Improved Performance Award for Grade 5 goes to Josiah Clark. And now for Grade 6, our High Academic Achievement Awards, Alicia Charles. Christopher DeFrancisco. Gianna Irizarry. Joshua Samuels. And our Most Improved Performance Award for Grade 6 goes to Nicholas Etienne. Ladies and gentlemen, once again, can you join me in once again honoring all of our School 5 awards?
Ladies and gentlemen, each student is receiving an academic excellence pin and certificate. Certificates are frameable and refrigerated. Right? Come on, stay with me, folks. Stay with me, stay with me. Our next presenter of school number 6, Ms. Glenn Jackson.
Good evening. And congratulations to all the recipients, families, and friends. I am now going to read the names of our recipients, proudly read the names of our recipients from Winslow Township School number 6. Our first group of recipients, our highest academic achievers, grade 4. Our first recipient, Lucas Rabat. Elena Samoya. Richard Belmonte. Lucas Skirnick. And as Doc just mentioned, and you can see, Lucas is coming here from just receiving the Scout Award from his troop. And our grade 4 most improved all-around academic student is Kylie Woodard. Our grade 5 highest academic achievement award recipient is not here, the first recipient. It's Chase Carter. Chase is the Our second recipient, John Harrison. Next we have Jordan Frazier. Amara Mensa. And grade 5, our most improved all-around academic achievement is Samani Valentine. And now our grade 6 highest academic achievement award recipients. Our first recipient, Cassidy Ford. highest academic achievement, also grade 6, Kaylin Williams. And our most improved grade 6 student represented in gentlemen, Mr. Will Perry. Once again, on behalf of our School 6 family, please join me in congratulating our School 6 students.
Ladies and gentlemen, before I call Ms. Wanguma forward to represent the middle school, just like you to know that we now are down to 2 per grade. So the competition gets a lot tougher at this point as we move toward the high school, where ultimately you have the 2 top students just returning in the valedictorian. So at this time, I would like to call our next presenter, Ms. Stella Wanguma.
Thank you, Dr. Boutique. Good evening, everyone. For the middle school, the highest academic achievement award for grade 7 is as follows. Jordan Blacknell. Isabel Ryan. Now for our 8th grade High Academic Achievement Awards, Maya Reese Govan. most improved performance is awarded to Mr. Jameer Akins. Congratulations to all of the middle school recipients.
Our next recipient, our next presenter for the high school, Mr. Kirk Burrell.
Good evening, everyone. Thank you. Congratulations to all of our award winners this evening. For the Superintendent High Academic Achievement Awards for the high school, I will begin with the 9th grade. Our first recipient is Stephen Harden. Our second recipient for the 9th grade is Caitlin Lamb. Tenth grade recipient, Zainab Adioya. Our second recipient for the 10th grade is Giovanni Vieira. For the 11th grade, Brian Ahn. And our next recipient for the 11th grade is Sarah Simmons. Once again, congratulations to all of our recipients.
At this time, ladies and gentlemen, we would like to present our special awards to our high school graduating seniors who have distinguished themselves in several areas. Our first award is the Student Community Service Award. This young lady spoke on behalf of this community in the Reproportionment Commission hearing for the state of New Jersey, where she advocated for her community to be kept together in the redrawing of the new district map. She assisted in Winslow Township food bank and homeless shelter for women and children, where they delivered food for emergency in Gloucester County as well as in Camden County for the homeless families via Bethany Baptist Church and Inspira Health Systems. She coordinated a bowling fundraiser for the National Honor Society, and she visited many of our elementary schools to educate students on the language of Spanish through interactive activities. She also planned and assisted in 2 8th grade open house activities to welcome the new 9th grade class to the high school. She has volunteered as a Santa helper for our Santa Saturday annual community event, and also volunteered as a helper for the Special Olympics during a bowling sectional championship. As a member of the NAACP, she contributed to the planning of Period Poverty, a campaign to give donations to students in need. She also organized donations to the food bank and pet food as a part of the student government. She is the Senate President, the historian of the National Honor Society, historian of the Fellowship of Christian Athletes, and a member of the East Canyon County NAACP. She is also a member of the track and cross country team, and she held the rank of team captain during her junior and senior years. She will be attending George Mason University in the fall as a university scholar, majoring in political science and government. Ladies and gentlemen, this year's Community Service Award recipient is Ms. Charlie Dutton. Our next award is the Performing Arts Award. This student is a 5-year member of the Winslow Township High School marching band, in which he has played flute, alto saxophone, baritone horn, guitar, and keyboard. He has been a member of 2 Atlantic Coast Championship marching bands at Winslow Township High School. He is also a member of the Indoor Winds Ensemble. He is a 5-year member of the concert band, in which he has played flute, alto saxophone, and baritone saxophone. He is a 3-year member of the jazz band, in which he played alto saxophone, tenor saxophone, and baritone saxophone. He has been a member of the drama club for 4 years, and his past credits include The Big Bad Wolf in Shrek, Jack Scott in High School Musical, Blower in And Then There Were None, and most recently, Lucas in The Addams Family. He is the president of the drama club, and he has also participated in chamber choir in 10th, 11th, and 12th grades. He has been selected to the South Jersey Senior High Chorus in 10th and 11th grades, and he is a 1-year member of the orchestra, playing the cello and having a solo in the 2022 spring concert. He is obviously a talented musician who is well liked and respected by the music department staff at Winslow Township High School. He will be attending Rowan College of Burlington County in the fall as a pre-music education major. Ladies and gentlemen, this year's recipient of the Performing Arts Award is Mr. Galvin Scherzer. Female Athlete of the Year Award. This young lady is a 4-year member of the girls' track team. As a freshman, she earned All-American status at the New Balance Nationals as a member of the Super Sprint Medley team. At the 2022 NJSIAA Indoor Group 3 Sectional Meet, she won the 400 meters, the 55-meter hurdles, and the 55-meter dash. At the 2022 Indoor NJSIAA Group 3 Championship, she won the 55-meter dash. At the 2022 Camden County Outdoor Championship, she became Camden County champion in the 100-meter dash as well as the 200-meter dash. She is a member of the Student Government and French Honor Society. She has a 4.79 GPA and will continue her academic and athletic career at the University of Connecticut, majoring in veterinary science. This year's recipient for the Female Athlete Award is Jaya James. Male Athlete of the Year. This young man is a 4-year starter on the football team. As a linebacker, he has had 35 career starts where he amassed over 350 tackles, 12 sacks, 4 forced fumbles, 4 pass breakups, and 4 interceptions. As a result of his outstanding career, he was 2021 NJSIAA Male Athlete of the Year, New Jersey Football Coaches Association Super 100 All-State Football Team Selection, NJ.com All-State Football Selection in both his junior and senior years, 2020 and 2021 Jersey Sports Zone All-Zone Public Linebacker Selection, 2020 and 2021 First Team All-Conference by the West Jersey Football League, and 2020 and 2021 Courier Post All-South Jersey Team Selection. He also earned a varsity letter on the boys track team as a discus thrower and shot putter. He has excelled in the classroom where he maintains a 3.6 grade point average. He will be attending East Coast Prep School in the fall. This year's recipient, ladies and gentlemen, for Male Athlete of the Year is Mr. Emerald Mitchell. And as we approach the highlight of our evening, the salutatorian. This young lady is well-rounded, ambitious, and motivated student who made a notable impact within the high school community. She played on the girls' soccer and lacrosse teams. She is a member of the National Honor Society, Spanish Honor Society, and the Environmental Science Club, and the Model U. She has received recognition for Principal's Honor Roll each marking period while enrolled at Winslow Township High School. She won the Township of Winslow Veterans Day Essay Contest, and she finds time to volunteer at her church, as well as working part-time during after-school hours. She has a 5.13 grade point average, and she will be attending Rowan University in the fall, majoring in biological science on the pre-med track in hopes of a career in cardiothoracic surgery. Ladies and gentlemen, this year's salutatorian for Winslow Township High School is Ms. Annika. Ladies and gentlemen, our next award is for the top student of Winslow Township School District, the valedictorian. As an incoming freshman, this young lady challenged herself by taking the most rigorous classes the high school had to offer during her 4 years of high school. Although she had many responsibilities at home and encountered many challenges, she also made it a priority to participate in extracurricular activities. She played softball all 4 years. She served as a member of the Future Business Leaders of America, Key Club, Leo Club, Art Club, and the Spanish Honor Society, where she held the position of historian. She has a 5.14 grade point average, and she will be attending the University of Southern California in the fall. Ladies and gentlemen, this is our first student to go that far west, where she will be pursuing her interest in visual arts. Ladies and gentlemen, this year's valedictorian is Miss Lindsay Lee. Ladies and gentlemen, that concludes our awards presentations for this evening. We would like to take this opportunity to congratulate and also thank the parents for all of your hard work and commitment with your child, our students, because we know without your commitment, without your support, all of these achievements would not be possible. So on behalf of the Winslow Township School Board and Administration, we would like to thank you for your continued support, and we hope that everyone get home safely. Thank you. Have a good night.
time, I'm asking if there is any correspondence.
Yes, Madam President, we have one correspondence. It's from the New Jersey School Board Association, and it's dated June 7th, 2022. It's addressed to Mr. Shaw, John Shaw Jr., and it reads, congratulations, you have satisfied all requirements for certified board leader certification through the New Jersey School Boards Association Board Member Academy. Those requirements include earning a minimum of 60 credits through attendance at academy sessions, the New Jersey School Board Association annual workshop, and a variety of county programs. In addition, you successfully passed the certified board member exam. The Certified Board Leader Award recognizes professional development in areas critical to effective school board governance. We commend you for your commitment to your school district and for your dedicating substantial time and effort to improve your skills and knowledge. It is my honor to congratulate you on your achievement and to thank you for your dedication and commitment to the students of your community. Close, be well and be safe. Sincerely, Lawrence S. Feinsod, Dr. Lawrence Feinsod, Executive Director. Congratulations, Mr.
Any words of wisdom, Mr. Shaw? Would you like to share at this time?
It was a lot of time and a lot going all over the state to successfully complete it, and that test was extremely hard.
Thank you, Mr. Shaw. Will there be any further correspondence, Mr. Wood?
No further correspondence this evening, Madam President.
Thank you, Mr. Wood. At this time, board members, I'm asking for a motion to approve the following meeting minutes of the Board of Education. Our regular meeting, which was held on May 11th, 2022, open session. Is there a motion?
Peterson move for approval of the regular board meeting, May 11th, open session.
Great, second. Moved by Ms. Peterson, second by Mr. Drake. Any further comments or questions? Hearing none, roll call, please.
Mr. Blake?
Yes.
Ms. Dredden?
Yes.
Ms. Martin? Yes. Ms. Moore?
Yes.
Ms. Nieves? Mr. Shaw?
Yes.
Ms. Thomas? Ms. Peterson?
Yes.
And Ms. Pitts?
Yes.
Motion has carried.
Thank you, Ms. Boyle. Moving now, board members, I'm asking for a motion to approve the minutes of our regular meeting, which was held on May 25th, 2022, open session. Is there a motion?
Peterson move for approval of regular board meeting, May 25th, open session.
Great, second. Moved by Ms. Peterson, second by Ms. Drayton. Would there be further questions or comments? Hearing none, roll call, please.
Mr. Blake?
Yes.
Ms. Dredden?
Yes.
Ms. Martin?
Yes.
Ms. Moore?
Yes.
Ms. Nieves?
Yes.
Mr. Shaw?
Yes.
Ms. Thomas? Ms. Peterson?
Yes.
Ms. Pitts?
Abstain. Moving now, board members, I'm asking for a motion to approve the minutes of our regular meeting held May 25th, 2022, closed session. Is there a motion?
Peterson move for approval of regular meeting, May 25th, closed session.
Ready, second. Moved by Ms. Peterson, second by Ms. Drayton. Would there be further comments or questions? Hearing none, roll call, please.
Mr. Blake?
Yes.
Ms. Dredden?
Yes.
Ms. Martin?
Yes.
Ms. Moore?
Yes.
Ms. Nieves?
Yes.
Mr. Shaw?
Yes.
Ms. Thomas? Ms. Peterson?
Yes.
And Ms. Pitts?
Abstaining?
Thank you. Motion has carried.
Thank you, Ms. Moore. Moving now, board members, to our board committee reports. Would there be a report out of our athletic committee?
Not at this time, Madam President.
Thank you, Mr. Shaw. Would there be a report out of our education committee?
No report at this time, Madam President.
Thank you, Ms. Peterson. Would there be a report out of our diversity, equity, and inclusion committee?
Not at this time.
Thank you, Ms. Thomas. Would there be a report out of our marketing committee?
Not at this time, though, but I do have if you're planning to go to the Dream event, I do have the times that people are scheduled to sit at the table. I'll email that out to you. Dr. Harkemo. I really wasn't sure where we're going with the contest.
So, Mr. Blake, we gathered all of the, our board members submitted to us. It was very limited amount, so I communicated with Mr. Watkins, and Mr. Watkins will be picking it up tomorrow.
Okay. So I'll talk to Ms. Watkins. And then Martin, could you just look out for an email from me about the judging of the contest? Sorry.
Thank you, Mr. Blake. Moving now, will there be a report out of our operations committee?
No, not at this time, Madam President.
Thank you, Ms. Taylor. With regards to the policy committee, I will be letting the members of that know it will be, to be determined. And will there be a report out of our citizens advisory committee?
Yes, there will be.
Mr. Martin?
Yes, there will be.
The CAC meeting was held on June.
Excuse me, Ms. Fantoli, I'm going to ask you to take borrow Mr. Blake's mic.
That's gonna take care of it.
The CAC meeting was held on June 2nd, 2022, starting at 7 p.m. Community members in attendance were Joe Thomas, Sandy Skirnick, Rosemary Hoffman, Marcy Tomasello, Tish Comnitz, Carolyn Carter, and myself, Christy Rentley. Board of Education members present were Ms. Cheryl Pitts, Ms. Rita Martin, and Ms. Becky Yamas. Topics discussed at the meeting were, a discussion included reminders for the CAC to help the community understand that they can reach out to building principals for specific information on individual schools and help us foster that communication piece. The committee discussed methods for continuing to foster growing communication between the district and the Board of Education and how we can all help facilitate that process together. Communication with new community members was also discussed as a topic, and the CAC requested a copy of the welcome packets that new families may receive when they're first coming into the school district. Discussion around that topic included making sure that such packets could be produced in multiple languages for those that English may not be their first language, and the CAC asked for a welcome letter from the district with all pertinent school contact information, things like principal name, how to get in contact with people, and phone numbers was included. The CAC spoke about how important it was to have the tone of the packet information be extremely friendly and inviting, and help us join that school community together versus giving us like a technical packet with the forms that you need to fill out at the beginning of any registration process. So the goal would just be to foster a positive relationship from the very beginning when a new family arrives. And Ms. Rita Martin said that she'll report back to the committee on what the packets look like and we can take a look at it together. The topic of creating an empowering parents program was tabled, so that will be discussed again at the next meeting. And then the board, the CAC does have 2 formal recommendations this evening for the Board of Education that we would like to bring up. Recommendation number 1. The first recommendation surrounds communication sources within the district and fostering that communication. The CAC recommends that the Board of Education ensure that the district website is maintained to become the one single source of information for parents within the community. It is the understanding of the CAC that in order for the website to become the one-stop shop for the community, that the information included with the site really needs to always be current, updated in real time, as well as having the site navigation, the functionality, following the most up-to-date standardized web practices, like how we have mobile optimized, etc. already. The CAC requests that an audit of the material on the website be conducted over the summer months, when it's a little bit more quiet, and then twice a year or once per quarter moving ahead in the future. The audit that we recommend would include things like reviewing the copy, the documents for the latest version control, to make sure that the latest version is online, and making sure that forms and links are all working properly so that it can be a consistent resource for parents, students, and staff members. We also recommend that the site be more frequently maintained holistically, with changes to schedules, event information, and content, to again allow it to become that single source of information. The committee members have noted, and we're going to send along a list of a few areas, not many, but a few, that we noticed that were found to not be working properly, but feel like that audit would catch any other discrepancies that there could be. An example of that was the photo release form documentation. The links are there, the documentation appears to be there, but when you try to download it, you can't, simple things like that. We believe that having a stronger maintenance program for the site can help all parties have clear communications. For the second recommendation, I want to pause for a minute and just preface to everyone here to remind you of the actual date and time of our meeting for some context. The CAC meeting met last Thursday evening on 6/2 at the administration offices, a day before and prior to any incident having occurred in the school district. I'm still going to read that recommendation as it's discussed by the committee, but keep that in context as I go through what the recommendation is. In light of the recent tragedies that had occurred in Texas, parents have been reaching out to CAC members and others in the community to gain clarity around safety protocols within our own districts. The CAC was made aware that the community may not be fully educated on or aware of current policies or procedures around the topic of school safety. The Citizens Advisory Committee strongly recommends that the Board of Education and the district conduct an individual special meeting or include information about this topic at a future board meeting to communicate with the community. The CAC recommends that the general topic of safety within the schools needs to be addressed and reviewed again with parents in an open forum. And the CAC understands, of course, that certain information could not or would not or should not be shared due to confidentiality and procedural protocols. But we do believe that an open dialogue should occur with parents, students, and staff on the topic to provide further education and clarity. The CAC further recommends that the district work in tandem with the Winslow Township Police Department on this program to reinforce and reiterate these safety protocols through whatever forum the board deems most successful or most appropriate. Our meeting, those were the two recommendations that the board had. I'm happy to answer that the CAC had. I'm happy to answer any questions around them. And our meeting was about an hour and a half, and it adjourned at approximately 8:30, 8:35 p.m. You're welcome.
Any questions or comments with regards to the report from the Citizens Advisory Committee?
I have one question for Ms. Missouri.
Sure.
Ms. Missouri, for the school safety procedures, are you referring to community or parents have a better understanding of what is a lockout, what's a lockdown, those kinds of things? Okay.
Yeah, just what the standard drills are, the procedures, just general education around the topic is what the recommendation was.
I think that's important because I don't think many parents know what that means when we say lockout
Exactly.
or lockdown. And because of it, it causes a lot more stress and anxiety. So I would welcome that opportunity to have that kind of conversation because I think it works in the best interest of all of us.
Absolutely.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Mansouri. Ms. Mansouri, if I could ask you just to condense those two recommendations
Yep.
and email them to all board members so that we certainly will be able to come back at our next board meeting and have, if not some solutions, or at least some affirmations of your recommendations.
I will absolutely do that, and we will also all have the board at the CAC meeting minutes as well.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Have a good evening.
Moving on, board members, at this time, I'm asking for a motion to approve the superintendent's report, which begins at the middle of page 2 and continues through to the top of page 5. Is there a motion?
Peterson moved that the superintendent's recommendation for the following items, item A and B, now on page 2 through 5. 3 seconds.
It has been moved by Ms. Peterson and seconded by Ms. Drake. Will there be further comments or questions?
Hearing none, roll call please.
Mr. Blake?
Yes.
Ms. Dredden?
Yes.
Ms. Martin?
Yes.
Ms. Moore?
Yes.
Ms. Deanna? Yes. Mr. Shaw?
Yes.
Ms. Thomas? Yes. Ms. Peterson?
Yes.
And Ms. Pitts?
Yes.
Motion has carried.
Thank you, Ms. Moore. Ms. Boyle, moving now, board members, I'm at the top of page 6. I'm asking for a motion to approve the Business Administrative Board Secretary's report that begins at the top of page 6 and on our agenda continues through the bottom of page 10. Is there a motion?
Peterson moved for approval of the Business Administrative Board Secretary's report and the recommendations in the following areas down on item A through B, page 6 through 10. Second.
Moved by Ms. Peterson, second by Ms. Dredden. Would there be further comments or questions? Hearing none, roll call please.
Mr. Blake?
Yes.
Ms. Dredden?
Yes.
Ms. Martin?
Yes.
Ms. Moore?
Yes.
Ms. Deanna? Yes. Mr. Shaw?
Yes.
Ms. Thomas? Ms. Peterson?
Yes.
Ms. Pitts?
Yes.
Motion has carried.
Thank you, Ms. Moore. Moving now, board members, I'm at the top of page 11. I am asking for a motion to approve the personnel report that begins at the top of page 11 and continues through to the bottom of page 12. Is there a motion?
Peterson moved for approval of the personnel report. The superintendent's recommends approval of the following actions found. Item A, 1 through 8, page 11 and 12. Second.
Moved by Ms. Peterson, second by Ms. Dredden. Would there be further comments or questions? Hearing none, roll call please.
Mr. Blake?
Yes.
Ms. Dredden?
Yes.
Ms. Martin?
Yes.
Ms. Moore?
Yes.
Ms. Deanna? Yes. Mr. Shaw?
Yes.
Ms. Thomas? Ms. Peterson?
Yes.
And Ms. Pitts?
Yes.
Motion has carried.
Thank you, Ms. Moore. Moving down the top of page 13, Open Public Records Act, Ms. Boyle. Oh, no, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Let's move now to our addendum. I believe it's in our ground folder. And I'm hoping that we've all had an opportunity to take a look at the addendum, because I will now want to call for a motion to approve the items on our addendum. The personnel report that begins and ends on page 1. Is there a motion?
Peterson moved for a personnel report approval. The superintendent recommends approval of the following action items. A, 1 through 4. Down page 1. Second.
Moved by Ms. Peterson, second by Ms. Dredden. Would there be further comments or questions? Hearing none, roll call please.
Mr. Blake?
Yes.
Ms. Dredden?
Yes.
Ms. Martin? Yes. Ms. Moore?
Yes.
Ms. Deanna? Yes. Mr. Shaw?
Yes.
Ms. Thomas? Ms. Peterson?
Yes.
And Ms. Pitts?
Yes.
Motion has carried.
Thank you, Ms. Cole. Board members, I'm on page 2, still on the addendum. I'm asking for a motion to approve the Business Administrative Board Secretary's report as it appears on page 2.
Peterson moved for the Business Administrative Board Secretary report approval. The Business Administrative Board Secretary recommends approval of the following action items. A1, down on page 2. Second.
Moved by Ms. Peterson, second by Ms. Dredden. Would there be further comments or questions on our agenda? Hearing none, roll call please.
Mr. Blake?
Yes.
Ms. Dredden?
Yes.
Ms. Martin? Yes. Ms. Moore?
Yes.
Ms. Deanna? Abstain. Mr. Shaw?
Yes.
Ms. Thomas? Ms. Peterson?
Yes.
And Ms. Pitts?
Yes.
Motion is carried.
Thank you, Ms. Cole. Moving now, board members, I'm at the top of page 13. We are at the Open Public Records Act. Ms. Boyle.
Yes, Madam President, between the period of May 20th, 2022 and June 2nd, 2022, we received and responded to 2 open requests. The first one was from Virtual Rehab School Services, Marcia DeVal. She requested physical therapy, RFP information, occupational therapy, RFP information, and speech therapy, RFP information. The information, her request was approved and that information was supplied. We received a second request from Deltec. Deltec would like to request an electronic copy of the specifications or any other documents associated with project. The project was security alarm replacement at the middle school and high school. Our bid number 2022-13. Of course, that request was approved, and we sent the information as requested.
Thank you, Ms. Gordon. At this time, board members, I'm asking would there be any old business that you would care to discuss at this time?
I just noticed something that we tabled in the last meeting, and that was the superintendent's contract. It wasn't on the agenda. I wasn't sure.
Because that will be discussed in executive session. Okay? Moving now, would there be any new business that you would care to discuss at this time? Thank you. Moving now to informational items. Dr. Ortiz?
Yes, Madam President, just have a few information items as we move closer to the last week of school. There are a lot of activities going on in all of the schools, elementary through the high school. I'm asking that you please go to the websites of those various schools, because at this point it's just too many to mention. And as you do know, the highlight of the end of the school year, the middle school promotion ceremony is June 15th. High school graduation is June 16th. Both of those activities are at 6 p.m. Madam President, members of the board, that includes the information items for this evening.
Thank you, Dr. Ortiz. Board members, moving now to our public comments. The Winslow Township Board of Education highly values the input of citizens in making important decisions that affect the children of our community. We also believe in the rights of citizens to observe our community, to ensure that all citizens have the opportunity to attend school board meetings and offer comment, and to ensure that the board can conduct the important business of the district. We ask that speakers follow these guidelines for making public comments. The board president or board secretary will recognize those individuals in the audience who wish to make comment. Please respect these following procedures. Number one, all members of the public attending school board meetings must treat each other and the board with respect. Number two, kindly state your full name and address. Number three, please limit your comments to 4 minutes. Number four, please submit your questions to the Board of Education if they are not answered at this time with your name, address, and telephone number where you can be contacted. Your questions will be answered within a reasonable amount of time. Individuals offering citizen comment are not permitted to make personal attacks on any district employee, board member, or other testifier, or member of the public. At this time, I'm asking for a motion to open our meeting to public comment.
Peters move for approval to open our meeting to public comment.
Move second.
Moved by Mr. Peterson, second by Mr. Taylor. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Thank you, Mrs. Boyle. We have a list of,
Madam President, may I take a comment before we begin our public portion?
yes, Mr. Boyle.
Thank you, Madam President, Madam Vice President, members of the board, and members of our community. It's my understanding that there may be individuals here that may be speaking about certain student matters that involve issues regarding student discipline. And it's very important for you to understand the obligations of this board relative to those concerns. While there's nothing, and you have certainly a First Amendment right to get up at any board meeting and speak your mind, subject to engaging in proper decorum. It's very important for you to understand that this Board of Education, in some circumstances, is unable to actually respond. And one of those circumstances involves matters relating to student discipline. And the reason that is because there's a federal law that prevents it. And it's not close, it's very clear. And that law is the Family Educational Rights and Privacy Act, or what we commonly refer to in the law as FERPA. And that law mandates that any school district that receives federal funding must comply with the privacy rights of any student. It does not preclude any individual from getting up and speaking about students, their issues, any discipline that may have been received, but the Board of Education is prevented by law, by federal law, from responding about any child or any discipline that's been handed out by the administration, notwithstanding their intense desire to do so. And I caution the board specifically about the application of this law. If the board were to comment about or engage in a dialogue regarding any student disciplinary matter which might identify the student in any way, it's a serious ethical and legal infraction that can result in that board member's removal from this board. So it's a very serious law. It's in place to protect students so that those type of discussions are not held in a public forum. But if there's issues raised and the board does not respond, it's not because they don't want to. Believe me, I watch these folks talk for hours on end. They like to talk, I can tell you that. They like to be heard, they like to represent their community. But they may not, under any circumstance, discuss any child or any discipline that's been handed to any group or individual students who attend this school district. Thank you, Madam President.
Ms. Boyle, do we have a listener who would like to make public comment this evening?
Yes, Madam President, Jasmine Rich.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Jasmine Rich, and I have been a resident of Winslow Township for 35 years. I love this township. I have also been working for Winslow Township School District for 26 years. I work in the Department of Special Education. And I want to say that I love Winslow Township. I think we have the greatest township around. And whether you know this or not, our students have gone on to accomplish great things in this life. You might just know about what's happening here, but let me tell you, they really have. We've had some incredible students over the years that have come through Winslow Township School District. I was blessed to have 2 of those children. My son graduated from Winslow Township in the year 2005. He went on to LIU, he got his MBA, and he works in procurement. He's the ones that make sure that when your children and yourself go to New York, that the roads and bridges are safe. He does contracts, he keeps it safe, so we're not driving our car, rolling in the ocean somewhere. Now, my daughter also, she graduated from Rutgers, and she is in the media, and if you've ever heard of a TV show called Sixers Outsiders, that's her. She's one of the hosts. Now, I'd like to speak to you about something that happened at Winslow Township High School, and I'm kind of saddened, so I thank you so much for giving me the time and the opportunity to speak to you. As usual, high school students, when they are seniors, they do what you call senior pranks, and it happens in a lot of schools, okay? And we've even had it for the last 7 years. Now, unfortunately, this year, the students that pulled the senior prank, they have come under some harsh discipline, and the discipline is that they cannot walk with their graduating class. And that really saddens me as a parent of Winslow Township, because think about it, all of you all have children, and they're probably grown now, just like mine are. The worst call a parent can ever get from the school is something that their child did and now they're under discipline. That's very hard. It's hard on us as parents, and that's enough to make their hearts faint. Now, I want to remind everyone of 1 Corinthians 13. And what that says is, when I was a child, I thought as a child, I spoke as a child, I acted as a child. But when I became an adult, I put away childish ways. Now, let me tell you something. There's a reason when pencils were made, which we give our children in school to write with, it has an eraser on the end of it. You know why? Because children are going to make mistakes. Our teenagers are going to make mistakes. And let me remind you of the African proverb, which says, it takes a village to raise a child. I thank all those that were instrumental in raising my children. And that's why they were able to achieve what they have. Now, I would speak to the people, they've said that this punishment, not being able to walk, is very harsh. It's a harsh punishment. It's never happened before. And I'm here to speak on that behalf and just to say there's no justification in it, especially when everybody else is doing it. Now, it's, in a way, think of it like this, think of it along these terms. It could be a blessing in disguise. Because who knew that Winslow Township high school had a vulnerability that someone could sneak in and get into the school building? Maybe this was a blessing in disguise that those children found a way to get into an open door that obviously maybe didn't lock. God forbid we could end up like down the road like Texas, you know, what happened in that school. But anyway, what I'd like to say is please, please, please reconsider, because when children, I mean, these students have worked hard. I heard one of them has never had any single disciplinary action throughout his high school career. So I feel that that's being unfair. Do you agree? Now, think about it. We are all here, including myself. We are in the business of education. We are here to educate our students and help them to be successful in their careers. So,
Excuse
please.
me, Ms. Rich, I'm
Yes.
sorry, but I do have to interrupt because you used your
4 minutes? Okay.
And there
Well,
are
thank you.
others who are coming behind you.
Thank you so much. Please reconsider letting our students graduate. Please, they have families coming from out of town. They've worked hard for 12 years. Please reconsider. Thank you very much. Did you hear me, Carla? Orson? Thank you.
Good evening, my name is Carla Ortiz, and I live at 128 Elm Avenue in Chislehurst. And I am also the president of the Chislehurst School District. Tonight's ceremony was absolutely a joy. Our children are our future. On behalf of the Chislehurst Board of Education, I would like to express and extend my utmost gratitude to you, Dr. Cote, Dr. Carcamo, Madam President, Mrs. Fitz, Madam Vice President, Mrs. Stevenson, and all board members, administration, and staff at Winslow School District for your hard work and your dedication to our children and their families. Your dedication has made it possible for us to gather here tonight to honor an outstanding community organization, an exceptional administrator who happens to be my favorite, and so many of our students who have excelled academically, in athletics, as community activists, and in performing arts and other areas. I am eagerly looking forward to working more closely with you in the upcoming year. In closing, I would like to quote Henry Ford. Coming together is a beginning. Keeping together is progress. And working together is success. Thank you for embracing the Chislehurst children and our community. I look forward to many, many great things happening in and around our surrounding areas. Thank you so much.
President, that concludes those that have signed up to speak this evening.
Now, at this time, I believe that if there are
Others? We have minutes.
I'm going to apologize for the pronunciation of your last name, Naomi. And you can say your last name.
Good evening, everybody. My name is Nikolai. To the board members, parents, friends, and family. My name is Nikolai. I have been the president for the past 4 years for the class of 2022. Along with this, I'm president of the African American Culture Club and color guard the captain for the marching band. As some may know, the recent events, I'm one of the students who happened to be in attendance of the senior prank. Many people have their own thoughts of this, which is completely justified. While conducting this prank, us as students failed to realize the danger and the legal aspect of it. To us, it was truly just a prank. To others, it was not. Without realizing the climate of our world we are currently in, we committed something that can unfortunately not be done. Me being up here right now is not to try and make excuses as what was done, but to ask for forgiveness. I can say in representation of my peers that these students are honor students who have never been disciplined this year, and many for the past 12 years of this month. Some of these students, including myself, are also the same students who came up to personally apologize immediately after the prank, after it was conducted before any disciplinary action was taken, or even personally clean up some things that same day once you have realized they have down now. We understand the punishment and why it was given, although in forgiveness we ask that we are able to welcome this year's graduation. We understand that no matter what, us not walking will not hinder us from graduating or being successful in Winslow alumni. Also, that is a privilege and not a right. But to our family, walking down the aisle is extremely important. We also come to say that we are willing to offer to help set up a cleanup after graduation to whomever may please, or to community service. Again, on behalf of every single student, we apologize. Also, public apology to Megan. We are really sorry that what you're having, your sleep had gotten caught up in this. It's not a prank. Thank you for your time.
David Santana.
Hi, my name is Jada Santana. I'm the senior class and FBLA Vice President. However, these opportunities, along with others, have been taken away rightfully for the acts committed 2 weeks ago. And as a collective, I believe that we all like to apologize. At the time, I don't think any of us realized how serious the matter was. However, I do believe some of us are wrongfully penalized for things we didn't do. Every year we see the senior class play a prank as it's a worldwide tradition. This year, however, our class came together to play a prank that turned into a much more serious conflict. We were wrong for not only breaking into the school, but for doing our prank at a time in which the nation was still in shock over the events that happened in Texas, as this is an understandable reason for us to be punished. This doesn't justify our actions at all. However, we as a whole do understand the severity of the situation, take complete responsibility, and apologize for our wrongdoings. Thank you.
Excuse me, Narshelle Ali Smith.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Nichelle Ali Smith. I've been attending Winslow Township High School for 4 years, and in all my 4 years, I've never received a disciplinary action, not a detention, not an ISS, and not an OSS until this exact moment. That is not justified 2 weeks ago's actions. I did participate. I was attending for it. I was in our JRTC program, and I was the only one in my class to attend JCLC for my class my freshman year. I've been on honor roll multiple times in my 4 years of attending JRTC. Attending Winslow Township High School. I've also received renaissance in attending my 4 years of Winslow Township High School. There's a big lesson to learn from this whole situation, that it's tradition to be upheld and honored and not to be defamed and demoralized, and that's what we did. I come here tonight to apologize. Well, we all come here tonight to apologize. And I hope that you all can accept our apology. Thank you. Have a good night.
Please try your name.
Hello, good afternoon. My name is Zaire, and I'm a senior at Winslow Township. First and foremost, I would like to apologize and take accountability for my role in the senior prank and the prank as a whole. At the time, me and my fellow peers did not understand the severity of the situation and the climate going on in my world. I myself, and like many of the students here, have never gotten disciplinary or anything like that. And we're all attending college at the fall. We understand the severity of our action and the punishment that follows. However, us walking is something that not only is us, but our students as well. So we act for the ability to walk, but also act for forgiveness for our actions. Or the topic of the walking is something that we ask and we think we consider not only for ourselves, but for our family. Thank you for your time, and I again ask that you ask for forgiveness.
Believe that you got your song, and
Good evening, parents, faculty, classmates. My name is Yasa Kona, and I've been a Winslow student for the past 14 years, and I've lived in this district for 15 years. As a student, I've always showed high academic excellence, have not received disciplinary action, and participated in school activities throughout my high school career. Thank you for giving me the opportunity to speak on behalf of myself and the senior class about our senior prank, which occurred almost 2 weeks ago. We entered the school with the mindset of a harmless senior prank, and aware that what we were doing was extremely risky and could have caused immediate scare. I want to express my heartfelt regret for our misbehavior and the difficulty it has caused to our faculty and you all, our board members. As I previously stated, I lived in this district for 14 years and have stood there watching my siblings, relatives, and friends walk across the stage, waiting for my turn. It has always been a dream of mine to be able to showcase my academic achievements and hard work just by walking across the stage along with my peers. This is a significant event not only for us, but also for our families who would travel great distances just to see us walk. So I beg pardon and promise to do whatever it takes for us to be able to walk in. Thank you for taking the time to listen, and thank you for again for your time.
Good evening, everyone. Hello, my name is Darren Brooks, and I would like to just introduce myself. But first, apologize for all the actions that happened at the senior prank. I'm Darren Brooks, and I would like to introduce myself. I'm a senior at Winslow Township, a student athlete who has maintained a 4.3 GPA and has played 3 sports over the course of 4 years. I became the captain of all 3 sports this school season. And I say this not to boast, but to show you guys the type of students that showed up to the senior prank. We apologize for the events that happened 2 weeks ago, and our intentions were not what occurred, and we apologize sincerely. Thank you.
Junior, and I'm just going to say Junior F. Please pronounce your last name.
Okay, my name is Nikolai. I'm a senior at Winslow Township High School. I bid you all a good evening. Due to the lack of time, I'd like to restrict my point. I'd like to start with my speech with an apology for the incident that happened last week, 2 weeks ago at Winslow Township High School. We, the class of 2022, decided to have a harmless senior prank. It's the last chance event to remember us by. Unfortunately, that went out of hand. We admit to our mistakes, given the timing of the prank and the miscommunication that happened that occurred throughout the planning of the prank. For that, we would like to apologize to the board, the school, and many wheelchair broken throughout this incident. We take accountability for what we did, and have had the whole last week to reflect and learn from it. I also like to plead with the board if there's anything we could do that will grant us back our privileges to walk. For the past 4 years, we've worked hard, planned for the day, and for the past 4 years, we have worked hard and planned for the day that we will finally walk on the stage and be rewarded for all our hard work and dedication. We have looked forward to the day that we will see our teachers, friends, staff for the last time and thank them for helping us throughout this journey. We admit what we did was a mistake and deserve the consequence. But we hope, along with giving us the memory of graduating, that you grant our families with the same memory. Our class has been through a lot due to the whole COVID and not being able to have one last day together to celebrate all we have overcome as a class. With that, I would like to end my speech and thank you all for listening. Thank you.
Terry Brooks. That's Terry Brooks.
Good evening, my name is Terry Brooks. I'm at the Plan Department. I'm here to speak in regards to the class of 22 senior frame. I've been a parent of a Winslow Township high school student for the past 7 consecutive years. My son, Darren Brooks, is the last of my 4 children to graduate from high school. And I just wanted I can't list off the wonderful things that these students have done in the last 17 years of their lives, but I know a lot of them. I've participated in marching band and all of these things, sports and everything, so I know a lot of these faces. I also attended the award ceremony last week because one of my daughters there's a scholarship that she earns money to do the scholarship each year. These students are the same students that 4 or 5 years ago were coming to the Superintendent's Awards and award banquets and receiving awards for the things that they have done. And the reason why I chose to speak is because I don't feel that their whole summation of the last 13 years of education should be bottled up into this one poor decision. I know we've all made poor decisions in our lives, and I can honestly say I've done things as a youth that were much more severe, and the punishment was not as severe. I'm not making any defense for what they've done, but they're all regretful. These are students that have received awards, honors, accolades. They have brought pride to this city. They brought pride to the Winslow Township school district. They brought home championship awards. They brought home marching band awards. They brought home all these beautiful accolades that this city produces. These are those same students that everyone has taken a pat on the back for and claimed them as their own. These are our students. As a parent, as a citizen, as a board member, as an administrator, as a teacher, these are our students. And we cannot summarize their 13 years of school into one poor decision. They've been disciplined. I think the discipline has been harsh. They missed their senior trip. They've been suspended from school for 5 days. They missed their senior award. They missed sporting events that brought together the fullness of the year. There's so many things that they have been penalized for that I feel that it should be considered for them to be able to
to participate in the remaining events of the school year. I just want to say that, yes, graduation is something that these kids will remember forever. This is something that can have a traumatic effect on them in the future. And I want you all to consider that when handing down the final decision. This is something that if you know anyone that didn't attend prom 20 years ago, you will still hear them to this day. Oh, I didn't go to my prom. Can you imagine what kind of effect this will have on these students if they don't attend their graduation? If it's my time, I'll give it up. I just want to say one last thing. The importance of graduation is so important to me, my family, and my father traveled here from Indonesia after not seeing his grandchildren for the last 3.5 years because of COVID, or the last 3 years because of COVID. This is something that he wanted to do for his only, his firstborn and only grandson. And I just feel that this should be considered. Thank you.
Ernest Brown.
How you doing? My name is Ernest Brown. I got an organization I call Build Up the Youth. And currently I got over 400 kids, boys and girls, young ladies and young men in my organization. I'm gonna come at this another way. I've been living out here 16 years now. I come from Philly. I was a boy in Philly when I came out here to City turned me into a man. Now the reason I'm gonna come at this another way is I did a lot of time in jail, 13 years. I'm envying these kids looking at them now because they're in a place I never was. I never sat there, was ready to graduate, had my parents come and cheer me on because I ain't have my parents. I got 5 kids. I was so bad. I was in jail so much that I wasn't even supporting them. So my first 4 kids, I was a failure. One thing about me, I'm gonna be honest. But God gave me a second chance to turn my life around. And I want to see these kids walk. Because I'm 52 years old, and I still wish I could have walked. I wish somebody was there to help me walk. When I look at all these parents in here, and these kids come to support these kids, let's not do them like that. I think they paid enough by missing, being suspended, missing their trips. And I support them, I keep supporting them. And like I say, I just wish I could have graduated and had my parents there for me. I got 1 kid left. Actually, I got a lot. I got 1 kid left that I want to see walk, so I know what it would feel like not to see my kid walk. Especially if it's something that they got a slap on the wrist for already. So, and I'm gonna apologize for these kids too, and I hope y'all can find in your heart to forgive them. And let them move on and walk down the aisle so their parents can see them walk. And just enjoy the body of Winslow Township. I love you all.
Patrice O. You can pronounce your last name. Patricia.
Hi, good evening, honorable members of the board. Teachers and students, I stand here very sad because 20 years ago, I could not graduate, not because I did something wrong. And this year I was expecting to see my firstborn graduate and share in that pride. Thanks to the Lord, he's never, ever had any problem in school. I never received a call. Never, ever. When he told me he was going to have a prank, he's a quiet boy. I was happy because I knew it was just a prank. But the thing is, when you have a bowl of apples, there will always be one rotten in them. And so, as kids, just like the first speaker said, That is why we give them a pencil. So when they make mistakes, they can erase it or we help them erase it. I have a very stubborn child, aside this one, and I have learned that harsh punishment does not change a child. It rather makes them worse. And throughout my career, I have also learned that, and most psychologists will also believe that harsh punishment don't change anyone. We've all made mistakes in life, and it's through our mistakes that we have learned. The lesson that I have learned as an adult and as a parent isn't the right things that I did. It has always been the wrong ones that I go back to them and learn a lesson from. These children have learned their lesson. I never told my child that what he did was wrong. But then, his 5 days at home, he learned the lesson himself. And that was, I believe, is enough punishment. I stand here not to defend what they have done. They might have had excitement at that particular moment. And even as adults, we've made decisions, investments that at that very moment would happen. But then something happened or somebody said something and you realize what a terrible mistake that it was. When we say Winslow wins, it doesn't mean that there are people in Winslow who have not failed. But then as a whole, we win together. The class of 2022 without these kids will never be home. Some sitting, some walking, does not make a graduating class. And so, on behalf of our Lord Jesus Christ, who died on the cross, and whose blood each day speaks for each and every single one in this room, we plead that enough is enough. These kids have learned their lesson. And even if as parents we don't talk, they have stood here and have apologized. And when apologies come forward, hearts are supposed to melt. And that is why we have the word forgiveness. Thank you for having us.
Perhaps maybe on the list.
Good evening, everyone, and the members of the board. My name is Jordan Jemison. I am a student of the senior class. This year, my senior year, I decided to go above and beyond. I was chosen to be an assistant drum major. I was student director, as well as casted and played Pugsley in the Atmosphere musical. I became the voice of Winslow on the announcement, starting every morning with a burst of positive energy, hoping to get everyone ready for another day. And I was also good at prom game. I would like to first thank you for allowing me to speak and taking your time to listen. I would like to apologize for my participation in the senior prank. It was truthfully wrong, especially with the times we are now unfortunately living in. We should have thought about it more before we enacted this event. It caused a lot of commotion early that Friday morning, and though that was not the intention, we do apologize. We understand the gravity of the situation, and we understand that punishments we have received. Although it would mean a tremendous amount to all of us and our families if we were granted to walk again. Personally, I have a story where I thought at multiple times I wasn't going to make it, but I had a huge amount of support from teachers, friends, and family. My dream of walking was truly for them. To let them hear my name called, and I take a breath of relief as I reach for my diploma and shake the hands of administration. I want them to see my hard work paid off. I'm sure all of us would love for our support systems to see our hard work paid off. As the next generation, we would like this to be an example for the classes coming up of what not to do, instead perhaps start a new, safer tradition. Again, we sincerely, genuinely apologize. This apology is not just because we are not permitted to walk at this time, but it's an authentic apology for crossing boundaries. We appreciate this opportunity to speak with you all, and thank you for your careful considerations.
That concludes those that have signed up, Madam President.
Thank you, Ms. Moore. At this time, board members, since there are no other persons who have signed up, I'm asking for a motion to adjourn the public comments.
Leaders move for adjournment of public comment. Second.
Moved by Ms. Peterson, second by Ms. Drayton, to adjourn our public comments. All in favor? All opposed? Thank you. At this time, we are about to go into executive session. Mr. Long?
Yes, Madam President, thank you. In accordance with the requirements of the Open Public Meetings Act, we'll be entering into an executive session on June 8th, 2022 at approximately 9:13 p.m. The items that we will be discussing, item number 1, those that are required to be kept confidential for public discussion involving school and student security matters. I hear someone else raise another issue on the first one. Is there another?
With regards to the superintendent's contract?
Yeah, yes, that was it. The other would be with respect to pending contract matter number 7 relating to the CSA contract. I would anticipate that we would be in executive session approximately 30 to 40 minutes. Thank you, Madam President.
To all who are in attendance, that does conclude the public portion, public comment. And at this point, we will ask for you to consider what it is we as board members have to now face and the decision that we have to now make. Thank you. At this time, I'm asking for a motion to adjourn into executive session. Roll call, please.
Mr. Blake?
Yes.
Ms. Drayton? Yes. Ms. Martin? Yes. Ms. Moore?
Yes.
Ms. Deanna? Yes. Mr. Shaw?
Yes.
Ms. Thomas? Yes. Ms. Peterson? Yes. And Ms. Fitz?
Yes.
Motion has carried.
Thank you, board members. We are into executive session.